Finger pattern on G string is different from D and A string. And I wonder if you notice that the finger pattern on D and A string is same. Remember, first finger and second finger right next to each other because E and F and B and C, half step. And the third finger further, which is G on D string, D on A string. And pinky farther, A on D string, E on A string. So finger pattern is like this. First finger, second finger, close each other. Third finger further, pinky further. That was finger pattern on D string and A string. Today, finger pattern on G string, you might notice that already how to get the finger pattern based on the concept of half step and whole step. But I'll just go over with you, okay?
Let's look at the notes on G string. G, A is whole step, so 2 steps, and A will be here and played by first finger. Next note will be B. A and B is whole step, 2 steps. Drop second finger to play B. Next note will be C. B, C is half step, so only 1 step. Drop third finger to play C. And next note will be D. C, D is whole step, 2 steps. And drop pinky to play D. Now let's look for the notes in music stuff. Start with the G. So G is right here. Draw these 2 ledger lines. And the note here under that line. So it's G. Open string G is marked as number 0. Again, these 2 little additional lines are ledger line. Next note will be A. Needs 2 ledger lines. A will be there. You can play A by dropping first finger on G string. Next note is B. And you can play B with second finger on G string. Next note will be C. And you can play by third finger on G string. Next note is D right under the first line. You can play D by pinky on G string, or you have open string D. So just play open string D. Of course, open string is marked as number 0.
Same, you hold the violin. And make sure G string is right over there. So your elbow really needs to come to the front. Okay? The most. Sometimes I get a question or like complaint from my student like, my shoulders hurt. And like, I cannot do that. And then my answer was, sure, you cannot do that. You know what I mean? Because our body, like all the joints and the muscle, are not developed for the violin. You know, we just started, and of course, your shoulder never, you know, moved this like this so much ever, right? So, of course, I don't want you to get injured on your neck or back spine and like elbow or wherever because of the tension. I'm really serious about the injuries. But when you try some exercise that I suggest, and then if you feel a little bit like strain, that's, I think, very natural. If you think when you stretch your body, you know, everyone's just like, oh, my body hurts, you know, I cannot reach my toe when I stretch like this. that's very natural, right? Because your body is stiff and then you are stretching your body to be flexible, right? And then you cannot be flexible right, next day. Like tomorrow, you cannot get better right away. Your body needs time, so you stretch your body, any part you want to make it flexible. You stretch every day and then several times a day, and then you get the result maybe a little bit after a week or in a month or 6 months later, 3 months or 6 months later, you will get the result. You stretch just once and then you expect the dramatic result. You will feel better right away. I don't think so. So when you drop your fingers on G-string, make sure your elbow come to the front of your body as much as you can. Okay, so your shoulder get the chance to stretch. Okay, so now let's practice dropping fingers on G-string. So hold the violin. And the elbow come out the most. Can you see my fingers? All 4 fingers equally come close to the G-string? Yeah. Now drop first finger on G-string, that will be A. Drop second finger farther to play B, and then C right next to D farther. And then slightly off all 4 fingers. Keep the finger pattern in the air over the string. And then each fingers practice 5 times. A, 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 A. B, 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 B. Make sure your wrist doesn't move. Third finger. C, 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 C. D, 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 D. And relax. So we talk about dropping fingers on G-string. Please exercise all the fingers so that we get the strength on each finger with the different finger patterns. Next video will be about finger pattern on E string. This is a little tricky. So you might need to focus on this video more than any other strings. Okay, I'll see you next time.